So you guys, today we are going to be talking about birth control. Today I'm going to be talking about a very controversial and touchy and feminine topic. I don't know how controversial it is, but it's about birth control. Woo! Jumping up in the sky for birth control. And I will just be letting you guys know about my experience with birth control, the good, the bad. Like, I've only been on it for about 10 months or so, maybe. Since October 2019, I started late October, and now it's August 2020. Hashtag coronavirus. I started the pill because, not because of health reasons, not because of anything. I started in October 2019. I was getting married in December 2019, and to be completely honest, we just did not want me to get pregnant right off the bat. No brainer. I never once had any issues with my period growing up. I was insanely regular. I had, just such a normal, healthy body, and I still do feel like I have a normal, healthy body. I went through a lot of questioning whether I should get on it at all. I messaged my mentors, I was messaging girlfriends about their experience with birth control. I was researching, I was listening to YouTube videos, much like maybe this one that you are watching. Hello. And so hopefully my experience, my short amount of experience, but experience nonetheless, can help you out. So I just didn't know what was right, what was wrong. I even started questioning whether is it a sin to take birth control, and so I had to navigate all those questions for myself and with other ladies who thankfully just gave me so much grace and wisdom during that time when I was asking myself these big questions, because this is something that you are putting in your body, altering things. It was scary, and it can be scary for a lot of people who are doing it for the first time. She went over all my options. IUD, she went over NuvaRing, she went over the Explanon thing, and pills. And basically, I was just like, I'm so new to this. I don't know what to take. I don't know what to do. I just know that I don't want to get pregnant. And my then fiance and I had talked about it. We wanted to definitely not have kids right away. We still just have put kind of a little timeline on it, but everybody says in God's timing it'll happen, and that's so true. So ultimately I made the choice to have her prescribe something called low estrogen Phe. I had her prescribe it. I told her I wasn't for sure knowing if I was going to take the pill or not. But then the pharmacy called me, and I held on to it for a few days, and I guess a week or something later I started taking the pill. And I was so scared. I had to pray. I was like, Lord, please don't let this mess up my body. And then I put it in my mouth. So that's just how my mind works. So everything was fine in the beginning. Honestly, everything was fine. Like I said, I started taking it in end of October, and then when my husband and I got married end of December, and while on the honeymoon, I had insane breakthrough. I hear stories about this happening. What do I do? So I just messaged my PCP, and she basically told me to, double up on blue pills until you stop, which I don't know how good that is to do, but Google and every other place says to double up on the blue pills and it'll help you stop. But That's what I did, okay, and it stopped. I definitely developed headaches. For sure, developed headaches. Nausea. It says it's supposed to help with acne. Like, I know that in order to get on Accutane, you need to be on birth control, and I feel like it did not help with my acne. I'm even on acne topicals to help with my acne, and the pill did not help with my acne, okay? So sometimes I guess it helps with people's acne, but for me, I did not see a difference, honestly. I don't know. I just didn't. Maybe girls are super hard on themselves about this, and maybe some people do have like a drastic weight gain. I did not. I have gained maybe like 5 pounds, but I honestly cannot contribute that to the birth control because I know myself, and I like food, and I like sweets, and I like hot Cheetos and Cheez-Its and cheese and dairy. Like, that's just me, okay? So definitely decreased my libido. And as a newlywed, that's no bueno for me. It definitely decreased libido. I had no sex drive at all, like, and that sucks. That really kind of sucks, especially when you're a newlywed. Like, my husband and I saved each other for each other, saved ourselves for each other. That's not a super serious side effect, but it definitely happened. The main reason I am stopping birth control is the mental, emotional, PMS side of birth control that I really don't think prescribers harp on a lot. I don't know what that terminology is to use, but they don't discuss the risks, or at least mine did not. And I cannot put that on anybody else except me, because I knew that birth control, and if you have a history of anxiety and depression like I do, and like a lot of girls do, especially younger girls, I didn't think that it would be that bad to take the pill. I honestly didn't. You know, I have a great relationship with Christ, like, you know, but that's still just, the pill kind of made things a little foggy, okay? And, you know, I definitely had increased mood swings, like, even off of birth control. I was not that PMSy. Like, yes, I got, like, PMSy. I like never got mood swings, okay? Like, never. The emotions and like sadness and depression like got to a place of just being so wonky and like out of the blue for me that finally I really had to sit down and ask myself, like, what is this? Like, is this just things cropping up, which it could be, or is this birth control heightening things, which it could be? And I don't know. And so the only option for me, and I had to ask God about this, was, Lord, do I stop taking birth control? So something that I have done in the past, thankfully my husband has helped me with this, helped introduce it into my life, is something called two-way prayers. And I did a two-way prayer when asking God. I asked God, like, God, is birth control wrong? Like, should I get on birth control? Is it okay to get on birth control? And then basically I write that question out in like a notebook like this one. I write, God, should I take birth control? Is birth control wrong? Father, do you see my heart in this? Like, what should I do? Basically. And then I just take time to meditate, to just listen, take some deep breaths, and then I believe in that moment the Holy Spirit will just write an answer. it's not a clear, super cookie cutter answer, yes, no. It's just more of like an affirmation or an encouragement. And so I don't have that one here with me, but I do have what I wrote just a few days ago, and I would love to share that with you guys. So on Sunday, here in California, 8/2/2020, I wrote, God, should I quit taking birth control? I was fearful in starting it. Now I'm fearful of getting off. Okay. And then I took some time to just think and just soak and just try to hear what the Lord was telling me, wanted to reveal to me. And I wrote, but He wrote through me, my sweet daughter, I love that you come to me for this big decision. I want to assure you that you are in my hands. I am the healer. Remember the verse in Timothy, for I do not give a spirit of timidity or fear, but of love, power, and self-discipline. Listen to the song playing. That is what I desire to give you every second of the day. I forget what song was playing, but I totally should have wrote it down. I am a loving God. You may be searching for a distinct and bold answer from me, but remember, I am the answer. If birth control is not giving you peace, then allow me to give you peace. You do not have to feel scared of stopping. Look at what you'll be starting. A deeper trust in me. I love you, girl. God. How sweet is that? How sweet is that? If you don't do two-way prayers, I highly, highly recommend you do two-way prayers, because it's just so sweet how God reveals Himself to you through the Holy Spirit. Pen and paper, old school, just boom. So what kind of sucks is I have like 3 months left of this stuff, but I'm not gonna take it. You know, my mental health has been something that has, you know, kind of held me back a lot. I'm not willing to give that away, you know, for birth control. I would rather be in control of my body. I would like my body to be normal and regular and not wondering, oh, am I gonna have a period this month? Am I gonna bleed this month randomly for 2 weeks? Like, am I gonna forget my purse at the store while I went to somewhere and my birth control's in it and now I'm off a day? Like, I don't want to have to worry about that. And it's gonna be really fun not setting an alarm anymore and hearing that thing go off and taking birth control. With all that being said, I don't believe it's bad to take birth control. You just have to do what's right for you. So this is the beginning video. It's August 6th, 2020, and I have not taken birth control for 2 days. Nothing crazy has happened, thank God. And, you know, I'm really not expecting anything crazy to happen. Maybe I'm being naive in that, but I definitely texted some people, asked them to pray for me, pray that my body would be fine, pray that, you know, my body wouldn't react in like a weird way in which a lot of girls' bodies do after they stop birth control, and to pray that, you know, my mind and hormones and everything would just kind of align back into the way that they're naturally supposed to be. I will be updating y'all 1 month from now, and then also 3 months from now, to let y'all know what's going on, how do I feel. Right now I feel good, and I feel good about my decision, ultimately because God told me that I'm in His hands. And so I can't wait for y'all to watch the rest of this video. Okay, you guys, fast forward. It is October 19th. It's definitely been over a month. August, September, so it's been over like 2.5 months actually, since I last took a birth control pill. 2 weeks later, I started noticing some crampings a few days before, and it felt like I was going to start my period, and I did. So that's great, I guess. I had a normal period. My second one was insanely heavy, even through to day like 3. I can understand why this topic can be a bit cringy. Like, we're all, or at least I was kind of taught, or maybe I wasn't even taught at all, but to kind of keep that to yourself. Don't talk to anybody about that. Like, that's nasty, blah, blah, blah. Look, it's the way our bodies work, and it's okay to talk about it. Everything has been normal, you guys. Everything has been fine. Everything has been normal. I will say that I think that my menstrual cycle, when it comes, it's a lot more intense. I'm a lot more fatigued. As far as the symptoms I was having in, as far as like in my head and stuff like that, with depression and anxiety, I feel like those things, I can't be certain on if birth control heightened those things or not. I feel like it did, but I cannot say 100% certain that that's the truth, because you have to take into consideration in your environment, things that are going on in your life at that time. And so, yeah. Very happy that I did. Like, I feel like I am in control of my body. I am not taking one prescription drug. And so that makes me feel good. I don't need to put anything in my body, that includes foods and other things like tampons, that have the potential to like harm me. And I just want to be super cautious about what I put in my body. With that being said, I have found a really good product. It is L organic cotton tampons, and I know some of y'all are probably like screeching like, oh my gosh, I'm so uncomfortable, she's talking about tampons. Girl, come on, we got to talk about this. So for the longest time, like, I was using brands that just didn't seem as safe, and you hear about toxic shock syndrome and how long are you really supposed to be leaving it in, blah blah blah, things that I was never told, I was never taught. I had to look up these things for myself. It wasn't until I saw on Instagram and just hearing other girls' stories, they were being a lot more cautious, which allowed me to think, wow, I'm not being cautious right now. I'm not actually examining what goes in my body and reading the back of the label. Like, I don't want to be a horror story. I want to be healthy. I want to be cautious. I want to be informed. And so that's why I have decided to switch to a brand that may be more expensive, but they actually give you more in the container, opposed to some. But it also comes in a cute little container. They are cotton, cruelty-free, organic, BPA-free, plastic applicators, no rayon, chlorine, bleaching, or synthetic pesticides. In many countries around the world, girls miss school due to lack of access to period products. Y'all, that is sad, okay? I hear about this all the time, and like, as I take the time to sit here and read this, like, I got to go to school while I was on my period, and that is such a privilege. And it says, for every L tampon you purchase, L helps provide access to pads to girls who need them by supporting organizations and female entrepreneurs who make and donate pads to their communities. We strengthen the power of women's collective action for lasting change, because it's not what you give, it's how you give. And guys, I would much rather pay $3 extra for this if I know it's going to go to women and help them be able to go to school, or just because they're on their period. Like, what? And this is by women, for women, no exhausted cliches, just the quality you expect and the authenticity you deserve. As women, I feel like we deserve to know what's going in our body. And I feel like I just didn't know what was going in my body with other tampons and with even birth control. I haven't seen any studies on organic tampons versus non-organic tampons, but I personally want to go with the organic option. So if you are wondering about getting off of birth control, definitely consult with the person who prescribed it to you, whether that's a doctor, a nurse practitioner, PA, whatever. I messaged mine and she basically told me that it's best to finish out your pack and not to just stop cold turkey. And so I did that. Whether you're a young girl watching this video, or a mother or an aunt or a dad watching this video, or a boyfriend watching this video, or a husband watching this video, you know, just get the information, get the facts. I think it can be super helpful for family members to get the information, and for husbands or boyfriends or whatever, if you're just doing this for educational purposes. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. Keep in mind, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician's assistant, I am not a nurse. I am a medical assistant though, but that does not compare to those levels of expertise. And you know, I don't really know that much about birth control. All I know is how it affected my body and what I chose to do with that. I chose to take birth control for 6 to 8 months, or however long, 9 months I took it, and then I just decided to stop, you know, and that's okay. With all that being said, you guys, I am probably not going to wait any longer to film any more of this video. I feel like I can just cut it here, you know, and like just, if I need to update you guys on anything that happens like with my body, then I will. And some of y'all might think that's weird, but I genuinely and honestly just want y'all to know the truth. And every woman's body is different. And some people, you know, are great on birth control. Some people are great with Explanon and the IUDs, and that's great. And then others are not. And then some are in the middle, like me, where I'm just like, I could take it, but I don't necessarily want to anymore, and that's okay. So with that being said, I hope that you got some sort of information from this video. If this video helped you out in the slightest, then my job is done. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really hope that I could just shed some light on what I was dealing with, or maybe what you have been experiencing, or what you know somebody else has been experiencing. The process of getting on birth control, I think, should be well thought out. Like in previous clips, you saw that I sought counsel, I prayed about it, I journaled about it, I asked God about it, I asked myself about it, and so I even asked my fiance, who is now my husband, about it. And I really think that it should be thought through, whether you are, you know, in high school, middle school, college, if your parents are thinking about getting you on it, if you are a mother watching this, or a father watching this, or whoever you are watching this, and you know you're thinking about getting your child on this, I would really highly recommend to pray about it, to research it, to know the things that will be put in your body or your child's body. And I'm not here to say that birth control is bad. That's not what I'm here to say. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to bash it at all. I know that it works well for some people. I know that it doesn't for others. And I also know there's various different kinds. So really just do your research. And I know the reason you're watching this video is either in support of me, or you're having the issue that I had. I just want to thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure to hit subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.